When Tom Brady was a rookie for the New England Patriots, he was drafted 199th overall. One day he was leaving the Patriots practice facility when he saw the Patriots owner, Robert Kraft. He walked up to him and said, "Mr. Kraft, you probably don't know who I am." And Kraft responded saying, "No, I do. You're the sixth-round quarterback from Michigan." And Brady responded saying, "Yeah, and I'm the best decision this organization has ever made." Tom Brady has been nothing but a hard-working, motivated individual his entire life. He would never do anything to jeopardize his career or the success of the New England Patriots, which is why this whole Deflategate situation is such a sham. When he was first asked the question, when and how did you supposedly alter footballs, he responded with, "I didn't alter the ball in any way. I have a process that I go through before every game where I go in and I pick footballs that I want to use for the game. When I pick those balls out, at that point, to me, they're perfect. I don't want anyone to touch the balls after that." The NFL was in a bad state last January in 2015 and is still in one. It has a terrible commissioner in Roger Goodell that has put problems like domestic abuse on the back burner to worry about excuses and lies that people have created to cover up Tom Brady's greatness. What started Deflategate was a sting operation done by the Indianapolis Colts and the NFL, in which they tested the Patriots' game balls at halftime of the AFC Championship in January 2015, saying they were not inflated enough. When they tested the Patriots' footballs at halftime, information was leaked and then proved wrong that 11 of 12 footballs were in fact deflated, and then they were reinflated to 13.0 psi. But they never got to test the Colts balls because they claimed they ran out of time. After the balls had been inflated, Tom Brady's second half stats were a lot better than his first half stats, completing 82% of his passes, throwing for 2 touchdowns and no interceptions, and the Patriots went on to a 38-14 victory. Dean Blandino, head of officiating, admitted that no one ever measured the Patriots or the Colts footballs before the game, making you wonder, did anyone do anything wrong in the first place? After this, Ted Wells was put in charge of creating the Wells Report, which was all about Deflategate and Tom Brady's involvement in the inflation of footballs. Deflategate was edited by NFL General Counsel Jeffrey Pash before its release. Before the release, Tom Brady's lawyers asked if they could interview Jeffrey Pash to go over and figure out what questions they needed to ask him during the trial. This motion was denied by Roger Goodell, making not much sense. The Wells Report concluded that Brady was genuinely aware of someone deflating footballs, even though they couldn't prove it, and he was suspended because of it. The whole situation essentially turned into Tom Brady against Roger Goodell, and because of this, Patriots and Tom Brady and the NFLPA realized it, and they asked Goodell to step down as being the head arbitrator in Tom Brady's appeal. Goodell obviously denied that request, maintaining control of the whole entire situation, which was the first time he had ever done so. Earlier that year, he was in a similar situation with Ray Rice and stepped down and appointed someone else. And years before that, in Bountygate involving the New Orleans Saints, Goodell also stepped down from being the head arbitrator. The real reason why Goodell maintained control and wanted to suspend Tom Brady for something that he probably never did was because he was in hot water already. After mishandling situations like Ray Rice, where he punched his fiancée in the face in an Atlantic City casino, or more recently, Greg Hardy, who also was involved in a domestic violence dispute. And Goodell was in hot water for the terrible penalties he gave the two of them. Finally, the case went to actual court, where Judge Berman immediately noted how much confusion there was in the case. He said that in prior situations alleged to equipment tampering, players only got fined, warned, or there was no punishment at all, making you wonder, why was Tom Brady treated any different, even though there was no evidence of him actually doing anything wrong. Berman also noted that what began as general awareness of others' misconduct morphed into Tom Brady being actively involved in some type of scheme. Tom Brady was clearly mistreated and done wrong by the NFL, but more importantly, Roger Goodell. There was never any evidence of Tom Brady tampering with footballs, and finally, when the NFL took control of them, he went on and won the Super Bowl. After Brady won his appeal, he came out and said this: "While I am pleased to be eligible to play, I am sorry our league had to endure this. I don't think it has been good for our sport. To a large degree, we have all lost. I am also sorry to anyone whose feelings I may have hurt, as I have tried to work to resolve the situation." I ask this: could any of us remained as calm and as humble as Tom Brady throughout this whole situation, since he got accused of something he never did and his name got dragged through the mud, yet he maintained composure and stayed humble throughout the whole entire situation? Tom Brady's innocent.